Johann, welcome to Floor Talk. It's great to have you on the show today.
Thanks so much for having me.
So I want to start off by talking about the company. Tell me about inKind, its unique business model, and what sets it apart in the crowded fintech and restaurant funding space.
Yeah, I think inKind, we started about 13 years ago, and we really wanted to figure out a better way to finance restaurants. And it took us a long time to figure it out, but ultimately we invented a new way to finance businesses. And the way we did it was by opening our own restaurants and really learning about restaurants. And what we realized was, if you come into my restaurant, I'd give you a free glass of wine, right? Because I view the cost of that glass of wine as what we pour in the glass, but you view the cost of the wine as what's on the menu price. And so on the menu, we might charge $10, but it only cost me $2 to pour that glass of wine. And what we realized was we could finance restaurants by basically giving them money, and then we buy food and beverage credit in those restaurants. The restaurant never pays us back. And then we have 2 million users on an app that we send into the restaurant and eat and use that credit. And ultimately what it is it's the best form of funding for restaurants. And today we have over 3,200 restaurants on the platform that we funded. Here in New York, we have 450. They're all great restaurants like Danny Meyer and Jose Andres. And then we have 2 million users that we send into the restaurant. So restaurants love it because they're getting really low cost, great capital, but they're also getting access to 2 million diners who come eat at the restaurants.
Now tell me, how has your personal story influenced inKind's mission and the solutions it provides for restaurants?
Yeah, inKind really, I started because my background's in tech and I had a tech company and I sold that. And then I love food. So I started investing in restaurants. And as everyone knows, restaurants are terrible investments, and I did about 20 restaurant investments, and I got married, and my husband was like, "You're going to give away all of our money investing in restaurants, so we got to solve this." And so we spent the next 5 years. We actually opened our own restaurant so that we could learn about restaurants, and that's how we came up with the inKind model. And it's really focused on what's great for the restaurants, right? So we figured out if we can build the best financing tool for restaurants, we could get the best restaurants on the platform, which is what we've done. And if you can get the best restaurants on the platform, of course, consumers are going to want to go and use the app, because the way it works for a customer is you go in and you eat at the restaurant and you get 20% back that you can use anywhere on the network, right? So a lot of people here in New York, let's say you're a banker and you're taking clients out, your bill's $1,000. You pay through inKind, you eat at a great restaurant like Gramercy Tavern, and you get $200 back that you can use and take your spouse out for dinner, right? So it's really popular, I think, from that perspective.
And how do you leverage technology to not only fund restaurants, but also to enhance the dining experience for customers?
Yeah, because my background really is in tech. What we realized was what we wanted to do was to be able to recommend restaurants to people, right? Because I think there's a need for that. When people call me all the time, "Hey, I'm going to be in New York, where should I eat?" Right? And what we wanted to do was to create an app where you could discover great restaurants, and based on the data of how you dine, we make recommendations to you. So we spent years and years building integrations with all the point of sales in restaurants. Now we have millions and millions of transactions, and we know specifically what you're eating. So we know that you like California cab that's more than $300 a bottle, right? And so we'll make a recommendation to you to go to a restaurant that has the types of food that you like. And now with AI, we have algorithms that we didn't have to build, that are open source, that can really make these incredible recommendations because of this data set that we've just been gathering for the years and years.
And finally, Johann, inKind has seen tremendous growth in recent years. So tell me, what's next for the company as you look toward the future?
I mean, we're sitting here at the New York Stock Exchange, so that's kind of exciting. I think we have grown tremendously. What's exciting for us is the number of restaurants that we're able to fund and help and support. Restaurants are very tough businesses, high failure rates generally. The restaurants that we work with, less than 0.5% of them close. Right, and so we're really able to help a lot of restaurants. We have great consumers that go in and dine at the restaurants, and it's cool to build a business. It's taken us a long time, like I said, 13 years of building this, but it feels like we really hit this inflection point with growth.
Well, it seems like exciting times ahead for inKind. It's been wonderful to talk with you, Johann. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.